Hey, Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. 2 days ago, I did a video showing the curiosities around the Florent Groberg story. He is the man who was awarded the Medal of Honor Thursday, November 12th, being a French-born American, one day before the Paris terrorist attack hoax, November 13th. In the video I did, I talked about how 58 and 96 were heavily coded into his story. At the time, on the internet, his birthday was not available. Yesterday, it was updated with his birthday information, and I had to laugh as soon as I saw it. If you watch my first video, I talk about how heavily 58 and 96 are coded into his story. Freemasonry equals 58, Freemason equals 96. One of the most important numbers to the Freemasons is 33. Supposedly, he had 33 surgeries on his leg that saved it. Look at this, Truth Seeker. Now his birthday's out, May 8th. 5/8, 83. 5 plus 8 is 13, plus 83 is 96. The same numbers coded all over his story are coded into his birth. For me, this is enough evidence to say that Florent Groberg is not a real person. He's likely an Israeli citizen. He's possibly a member of Mossad. We have been given another lie, another slap in the face from the Zionists. And the reason this particularly frustrates me is because I know plenty of people my age who went to Iraq, Afghanistan, and who now live with unnecessary sadness in their lives. There are many soldiers in this nation who have sacrificed because they've been lied to, and they are now living with depression and ill feelings for what they have done, and they get no recognition, they get no help. Meanwhile, here's Florent Groberg, a paid liar, a paid actor, who gets the highest honor and all this attention. It is sick, Truth Seeker. If you missed my first video, here we go. He received the Medal of Honor November 12, 2015, a date with 58 numerology. He's French-born, as all the mainstream media emphasizes, having gematria of 58. Freemasonry equals 58. He received the 5-pointed star, the Medal of Honor. Star has a gematria of 58. And the day after him receiving the medal, the Paris terrorist attacks would end at 0:58 minutes in the early hours of November 14th. Emphasis on the 58 for Freemasonry. New York Times put out an article yesterday saying the attack lasted 33 minutes, which I don't even think is true, but they put that number 33 before us again. And also remember, France is the home of the +33 dialing code. The name Florent Groberg is a reshuffling of the numbers that make up Medal of Honor. Notice Medal of Honor is 126, Florent Groberg 162. And that name sure does sound suspicious. Florent Groberg. Florent Groberg received 33 surgeries, a number that is also often coded into hoaxes. All of these numbers in his story are so often found again and again together. I can't help but notice that in this article it talks about the heavy metal band Korn, when the next day, November 13th, it was a death metal concert where the greatest loss of life happened. In the first video I did, Truth Seeker, I talked about how my written post on Florent Groberg got the most readership I had ever gotten in my blog, which has been up for more than 2 years. And I thought that was suspicious because the articles I wrote weren't that great. I mean, they're good, but I've written a lot better stuff, a lot more important stuff, and they haven't gotten nearly as much readership. I'm now starting to think that the government is what was going over my blog, hoping I wasn't going to crack the code for what was going to happen the next day. Which I didn't, but it was able to put 2 and 2 together once it did happen. French-born American gets Medal of Honor, then the next day major terror attack in France. Remember, we live under a one world order. The New World Order, as it is often called, is an old world order. It is a Masonic Zionist order. Yes, the Jesuits and other secret societies are involved, but it is mostly Masonry and Zionism. If you missed my first video, the first article put out about him was by the mainstream was this one from October 15th. He tackled a suicide bomber, it said, which had gematria of 96, like Freemason. Also with the S exception 105, like Zionism and Masonry. Again, connecting to the numerology of his birthday. There's more though, Truth Seeker. Look at the gematria of Medal of Honor. 63, just like the word Paris, where the terror attack would happen the next day. The Medal of Honor is a 5-pointed star. Think about how Washington, D.C. has a 5-sided War Department that is 5 floors above ground with a 5-acre court in the middle that sits across from the Washington Monument that is 555 feet tall. The war in Iraq began 555 days after September 11th, beginning by the numbers, because everything in this world is planned and executed by the numbers by these Masonic Zionist assholes. Nu breaks down to 555. N, the 14th letter. 1 plus 4 becomes 5. E, the 5th. W, the 23rd. 2 plus 3 becomes 5. These are symbols. These are operating codes by the New World Order, which is an old world order. We get this story yesterday, another Medal of Honor recipient. If ISIS shows up here, we will crush them, having gematria of 166. This is concerning because Twin Towers, Tetragrammaton, September 11, all have gematria of 166. This Bataclan theater shooting, where the greatest loss of life happened, it was sold on September 11th by the Zionists, 63 days before the November 13th terror hoax. Remember, Paris equals 63. This came 311 days after the Charlie Hebdo shooting, which was all coded with 63. Look at all these phrases here, Truth Seeker. All of this has to do with Paris and Charlie Hebdo and what happened November 13th. All 63, like Medal of Honor. As I continue to say, as I've been saying for 2 years, and as I've been doubted by many for 2 years, everything is coded in the numbers. You learn this language of numerology and gematria, you will learn an undeniable truth about this world. It wasn't me who created this system, it was I who decoded it. If you deny this work, you are a coincidence theorist, and the coincidence theorists of this world are killing us. If you are a coincidence theorist, please change your ways. Your faulty thinking is helping lead us as a people to slaughter. I've been speaking out since September 11th. I've said if these people aren't held accountable who did September 11th, they will surely lead us all to our demise. And that's right where we're going. More than 14 years later, it won't stop until these people are stopped. The Zionist Masonic scum. So fuck you, Florent Groberg, and fuck you, coincidence theorists. You are the problem. Until next time.